Hello, hello, and welcome to the CTB Show. Today is September 23rd, 2021. Ooh, it's actually nice and cool out. Was the Big Bang a black hole in reverse? Was it a white hole? All this and more on The Whole Show. Welcome. My name is Evan the Mayor, that is Brian the Levy.
Like, when I go to McDonald's, I expect to be handed a plate of shit and, like, enjoy it. I want to go to other places.
These topics and more with John Houser III. Say hello.
Hi, everybody. How's it going?
Great to have you back. You are subbing in for Casey the Kasem, who is on paternity leave this week, and we don't know when he's coming back. Maybe never.
Maybe I'm Casey now.
Uh-oh.
I didn't know that was the third. I always thought it was John Houser.
John Houser AIIIIII. And because John is the host of the Rude Cooking School podcast, we will undoubtedly be talking about food. And
Boo.
if you can't tell by our virtual backgrounds, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you're one of the lucky 16, we're going to be talking about going to the Renaissance Festival. Yeah!
What?
We're coming for you, nerds.
Festival, John. Yeah, we're nerds. Brian and I and a whole bunch of other people are going to the Renaissance Festival this weekend in Crownsville. And since, you're the host of the food podcast, we're going to discuss the foods of the Renaissance Festival.
Dude, I'm telling you, I could do this for... We could do a 10-parter on this motherfucker, 2 hours apiece, and I still would have every opinion.
Well, let's try to hold it down to 35 minutes or so.
All right.
We've also got some things to complain about in the food world, local and otherwise. So where should we begin, fellas?
Did you leave in the part where we're all yelling about a crab leg?
I'm gonna tack that on at the end as bonus material, or we could just simply reiterate the things we were talking about before.
What a wonderful intro. Earlier this week, yesterday or whatever, we saw somebody posted to was it solo complaints? Was it different? Like, I love getting this inside on the Facebook groups that we're in.
Right, sure.
But
no, I think this was your standard Federal Hill group or something like that.
On some fucking Baltimore Facebook group, somebody posted a picture of, I guess, flank steak, skirt steak, whatever. They said they ordered medium rare that came out kind of gray looking. And they had ordered this from the Watershed, Baltimore's newest Atlas attraction. I've got no real bones to pick with Atlas, except for the fact that I find them to be slightly insensitive in their public relations, and they're out and out racism and just full on benefiting from the propagation of white supremacy from Sinclair Broadcasting. They were given a ice cream store that said, "We're self-made men." Like, well, no one gave me an ice cream fucking store. Fuck
what?
You. You're not.
You didn't get one during the Clinton era. I did.
I didn't. I didn't.
Who knows where you'd be if someone gave you a fucking ice cream store?
I went to Boys Latin. Now I own an ice cream store. Now I own all of Baltimore.
I was about to say, it says a lot about the owner when one of the highlights that he probably told them was like, "I was a good lacrosse player. Put that in the article."
And can I tell you about my fucking father for a second? Whenever you talk about those guys, those fucking goyim motherfuckers, he's always like, "Oh, they're good. They're good ball players." My father will do nothing but suck a non-Jew's dick if he could play lacrosse. God damn it! God damn it!
I played lacrosse.
Tell him I fucking said that too.
I played lacrosse in high school, and every time we played against any of those guys, and it was usually a scrimmage, we just got our asses kicked because it was all kids that have had sticks and stuck up their ass since they were babies, basically.
I know he says terrible things about black people, but man, he sure could crowd a crease. Shut the fuck up, motherfucker!
Oh my god.
My father, I love him. Yeah. So anyway, some schmuck went to fucking Watershed. Your first mistake.
Totally.
Then got a bad meal. Posted it. I mean, we were like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I had so much going on with that fucking picture. One, you cut a skirt steak against the grain. No one bothered to tell that guy that.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it was all shredded along where you can see where he'd been cutting.
It'd been cutting with the grain, yeah.
But then, two, that led us down, or at least Evan, down a certain rabbit hole of like bad Atlas reviews.
Yes.
And I think our favorite one we saw some lady again. I think she went to Watershed. She's like, it was the first night.
Yeah, this was a 1-star review on Yelp. You can look this up.
Also, bad call. Never go to a first night.
No, never.
Never. Don't go the first month.
So she's like, we ordered the Alaskan crab legs, and we were supposed to get a half pound of Alaskan crab legs. And the picture that she presented. Now, listen, to be fair, maybe she ate 3 or 4 before she took the picture. I have to believe that she did.
You'd be accusing someone on the internet of being dishonest, Brian, and we know that.
You know, I wouldn't want to, because she said, "Hey, she is not an Atlas, debunker or some other word that works better." But she was like, "They brought us out, parentheses 1 parentheses close parentheses crab leg," and that was the picture that she took. Yep. And it's like,
I love that she wrote. I love that she wrote, to be fair, it did say it was only a half a pound. Like, dude, there's no way that one fucking
4 ounces tops. 4 ounces tops.
Yeah, dude.
Like, I know what things weigh.
You including the weight of the shell and the cracker.
Which you must. Yeah, including the cracker.
And the plate and the
man, this is actually 3 pounds of crab legs. I can't believe you haven't figured this out yet. Generally, like, I remember a couple weeks ago, I went to Duck Duck Goose. I made a point of not going to an Atlas, because at this point, if you're going to an Atlas joint, you got to fucking Fuddruckers. Like, what chain restaurant should I go to? Ooh, Chili's seems busy tonight. You know, Chi-Chi's closed 20 years ago. Like, I'm going to Atlas. Don't fucking do that.
But like, Brian, they're not restaurants. They're concepts.
They're concepts. The
one thing, like, that always amazes me is that most of the people that like Atlas Group restaurants, they all have like profile pics like this, like
smoking a cigar,
or they got a fucking cigar in their teeth, and they're just like,
I am a Yankees fan for some reason.
Right, like they're fucking Hannibal from the 18.
They're wearing a visor with wraparound Oakleys, been like, so excited.
It's just an ultimate douchebag move to go there, because it's an ultimate douchebag bar, and they know they'll get treated like kings because they're white and privileged. Like,
they went to Delaney, but yet they still have a ton of fucking pictures of hunting. Like, what is this, bro?
Yeah. Well, they still had all those friends from when they dropped out of Boys Latin after sophomore year.
Well, they didn't drop out of Boys Latin. They got kicked out. They got kicked out of Boys Latin.
Yeah, that's why they had to go to Delaney.
And then they went to Delaney. Exactly. Exactly.
Wow.
That, like, I know
the
that
hyper local dance this week.
I know, whatever. Fuck it. Everybody, whatever the closest thing to a private school, public school is in your town, that's what we're talking about. And you know those motherfuckers. You know that.
I dated in high school a girl that should have went to Delaney.
I would have killed to date a Delaney girl. Fuck that.
But she went to Poly.
Oh.
She was Jewish as well, by the way.
At Poly? Was she the what?
Yeah.
It happens.
No, dude, Poly had a lot of Jewish.
Were they
I know.
Ethiopian? Oh, okay.
What?
Poly?
Poly.
I used to live across the street from Poly. I see the students there. I know it's all the same, but you get what I'm saying. Black kids go there. The best.
Everybody goes there.
What? You went there.
Everybody goes there.
Yeah. Is it Western? Because they're right next to each other. Well, Western.
I went to Poly and I was like, man, this is gonna be great, because I was at all boys not all boys. I went to Catholic school, and then decided not to go to all boys high school, even though I had like scholarships.
No, that's the right move.
I was like, I'm gonna go to Poly, where there's like hot high school girls, and then a whole school full of girls next to it. And I didn't have a girlfriend until I was 17.
Well, that sucks. Sucks. You had to travel. You were living like not in Pigtown. Where were you like back then?
In my old neighborhood by Pigtown.
Okay, right. That was a hike.
Oh, it sucked before the light rail showed up. It took us about an hour.
How fucking old are you?
It took us.
In my day, there was no 695.
It took us about an hour and a half to get we had to take 31 on Pratt Street and Cary down to Charles Street, walk across Charles Street onto Lombard Street in front of some place and then catch the number 27 bus, and then the 27 would wind through the city up in through Hamden and then drop us off at
if
school.
I had 90 minutes from the time that I left my house to get to school with multiple bus transfers in between, I would have shown up to school so fucking baked. Like, it was bad enough that like I was driving.
There was a lot of kids.
It was bad enough that I was driving myself and I could show up to school baked. But if I was 90 minutes, like,
there was a lot of kids that did that.
You know, well,
once the light rail showed up, it was amazing because it was like, we just got to take the bus down to Camden Yards and then just hang out in front of the baseball stadium. Sweet.
Right. Our parents don't know what this timing is. We can leave whenever we want.
Awful.
No, absolutely. So anyway, if you're going to go to a restaurant, just like, you know, make it a Foreman Wolf, but they're like a chain too.
You know who doesn't never had to take a bus to school?
Evan?
People that go to Atlas.
Oh, that's right. They got picked up in Range Rovers. Shit.
I don't know.
They
I
had
went to
drive-
Loyola and I
No
took the bus.
Ethiopian Jews at their schools whatsoever.
Ethiopian what?
I don't know where this is coming from.
Yeah, it's just a garbage place. The thing I'd never even really heard of this place. I was surprised by the picture that you sent me, but then I looked up their menu and I was like, holy shit, like everything is so crazy, like expensive for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's
like their fucking their hamburgers $18 fucking dollars.
Considering it is in the Cross Street Market, and let's just call it what it is, the Cross Street Food Court. The idea that now we've got a sort of a mid to high end, you know, seafood restaurant that's charging $36 for a leg of crab. And the closest facsimile, because I immediately was looking up like other Atlas properties to compare and contrast, and the other comparison is Lock Bar, which is in the Four Seasons. So of course they're going to be charging an arm and a leg. But,
well,
you know,
and I would say, what's the closest? What's the most expensive seafood restaurant in town then that isn't like an Atlas place? It's not going to be McCormick, right? Because again, chain. Is it LJS?
What's LJS?
Long John Silver's, bro.
Oh,
$3.99 for a cup of batter.
Yeah.
God damn it. I mean, okay, so like Costa Sin, right? Let's see.
It's Alaskan cod, bro.
I was out in Costas not that long ago, and it's not nearly as expensive. I mean, if you're talking about crabs,
like Costa Sin is amazing. Like they're like it's a down and dirty, just higher end crab house that sells other stuff.
Yeah, I would say it's still like a family owned and operated old school decent crab shack restaurant.
Well, is that the question? What,
dude? You can at Costa Sin you can get a 12-ounce New York strip and a jumbo crab cake for $36.
I would love a 12-inch New Yorker to strip for me.
That's actually like a regular price, whereas at Watershed you can get a fried chicken for $36, a whole fried chicken.
God.
I would like 4 fried chickens and a Coke,
also
please.
that skirt steak we were talking about, 8 ounces, 8-ounce skirt steak, $38.
Right, where you can buy a pound for like $12-15.
Right, you can buy an 8-ounce skirt steak for $11 on your own.
Yeah, skirt steak's pretty expensive, but
Really?
like even mussels are a thing that a lot of restaurants use to make money because they're so fucking cheap. But $17 for mussels is absurd.
Right.
Like mussels, you can buy a bag of mussels for like fucking $2.50 or something like that.
You can also buy them frozen, and apparently you can cook them just fine frozen. Didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you know what, fellas? City needs it. That's all I'm saying. City needs it.
Yeah.
Even if you scroll down to the bottom of their website, it says that.
City needs it. Does it? We've gotten
Yes.
rid of plastic bags. City
Well,
needs it.
after we
isn't that their saying or something like that?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, it's terrible. After our next series of topics, and we come back from the break, I'll bring up a $285 seafood tower that I saw on Instagram. We'll get into it.
But while we are talking about idiots on Facebook, the Baltimore idiots are losing their mind over the plastic bag ban. Being like, but what about the murders?
Right.
Yeah.
What about the murders? What about them?
It's frustrating because people don't think that you can do 2 things at once with government.
These people can't.
No,
It's
yeah,
like,
you
all
can
right.
only do one thing at a time, And that one thing is murder. I mean, obviously, that didn't happen. So we're on to bags, and we've forgotten about murder.
But yeah, no. But their one thing is, why can't you get rid of the black people? Why do you got to get rid of the bags? Like, that's what they want.
Only Atlas can have a dress code, not the city of Baltimore.
I think it should be noted that this bag ban took, 13 years to get done?
Yes.
And I remember back in my little libertarian days absolutely hating it because they wanted to implement the bag tax, which I think they're still doing. If you get like a paper bag at the grocery store, it's going to cost you an extra nickel. 13 years later, I have enough reusable totes in my trunk that it's not necessarily an issue. But
nickels.
Yeah.
I have a giant reusable bag full of reusable bags.
Right. It's Bagception. Title of the episode.
And meanwhile, it is like my dream that people say, "Can I take this change from you?" Like, fucking yes, please. Like, I don't want to put this in my pocket. Someone's gonna walk by my car and just be like, "Oh, I want that crunch."
I feel sort of not bad, but still bad for the people who are so used to just having everything double bagged and everything's double bagged, and you're like carrying 77 plastic bags full of all of your crap with, of course, the meat separate from the stuff in the other bags, and your eggs are separate from everything. So you're carrying like 8 million bags. But yeah, I guess if the city were cool, we would get a bunch of like city totes. I don't know, they're $1.99. You buy one once and you're done.
Baltimore.
Isn't there a they're not doing a program where they're going to hand out reusable bags?
I don't know if they are.
Isn't that part of the thing?
That's what I call my ex-wife. No. Nailed it.
Hey.
Oh.
You want to hear a dumb theory I have?
Please.
The only reason that has passed is because of the influx. Well, not influx. The prevalence now of checking yourself out, and how no one wants to deal with checkout people and would rather check themselves out. But also, like you said, they want to double and triple bag everything. So the bag usage is through the roof now because everyone is like doubling up for like, oh, I bought a bag of marshmallows. Got to put it in 3 bags.
Well, and it's always been my opinion is that, people want to be like, we're doing stuff for the environment. But at the same time, this ain't going to fix it. So it's
well, totally. But also, like, Safeway's like, we're losing money in bags now. What the fuck?
Well, and the people who were triple, double, quadruple bagging their their foodstuffs were then using that bag to pick up dog shit, which then goes into the trash can and becomes a tomb for your dog shit for the rest of eternity.
And I'll tell you what, here's what I do every time I double and triple bag something. I go out, I find a fucking tortoise, and I shove it in its mouth. I say, this is your bag now.
I would have gone for the double nostril action.
My carbon
that's
footprint.
The cruelest thing I've ever heard.
My carbon footprint is ridiculous. Do you know what it costs to get to the Galapagos Islands? I'm going straight to the source.
87,000 plastic bags.
Fuck you, turtles. Oh, goddamn. What if you could turn in plastic bags like it was camel cash?
You get this plastic black beach towel.
I turned in 100 plastic bags. I got this jump rope. All right.
I'm very lucky that my wife is in the recycling business, and we recycle all our bags.
Recycling's a mess.
I don't know how they can get recycled because nothing can get recycled anymore.
Like I was saying, recycling's a myth. It doesn't exist.
I take all of my plastic bags to the grocery store and I shove it in that thing that says plastic bags go here, and then I just let go and let God.
Yeah. That goes, someone comes and takes that, and then they weave them into mats.
Sure.
I also like to use my plastic bags to murder hobos. I was sure you were going to say pick up my own shit. I thought that's exactly where you're going. Nope, murder hobos.
Save water.
Are you allowed to call them hobos anymore?
Sorry, travelers.
Yeah. Well, isn't that a specific set of people as well?
I think it's like Irish gypsies, but you're definitely not allowed to say that.
I used to see them always around like Sisson Street by the Burger King with their dogs and stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh, the scary youths that used to hang out at the Towson traffic circle.
Are we talking about Peaky Blinders all of a sudden? What's going on?
Or Snatch? What was that other movie?
I like that other movie.
You like nags?
Have you guys ever watched Peaky Blinders? Pretty good.
Never. It sounds terrible.
Oh, it's good.
Is it prestige television?
Say no, John.
No.
No, then it's probably sucks anyway.
Ah, goddamn it.
All right.
If you have to tell me your show is prestige television, it's either A, not funny, or B, not very good.
Tom Hardy plays.
I hate it already.
Hardy plays a Jewish man.
Is it taboo?
Who likes to fucking fight people?
I thought Tom Hardy was in that show about like siblings who fuck.
He is. What was that?
Oh, taboo. It's taboo.
Yeah. Why are you saying taboo?
That's how it's
like it's where Tartar Binks is from. He's from Taboo.
he's from Taboo. Don't you have tattoos? And don't you like to watch porn that's taboo?
I watched the first season of that show and it was actually pretty good. It was really creepy.
Don't believe you. Don't believe you at all.
Tom Hardy, really weird.
Tom Hardy
he was trying to fuck his sister though.
Well, was she hot? Did you blame him? Oh, okay.
I mean, come on now. But like, no, he played like a Jewish man in Peaky Blinders who like beating the fuck out of people.
Is Peaky Blinders? Is it the Nick?
No, it's about their hats. They would put razor blades in the peaks of their hats and then pull them off and slice people's eyes.
When did it take place?
In the like 20s to the 30s. It's
so
right
it
after
was
World War
like,
I.
hello, I'm Tom Hardy. I would like you to join my gang. Come.
Is Cillian Murphy in that show?
My gang? No, he's in the Nick.
Cillian Murphy is, yes.
Okay. Killian.
His name's Killian, and I only know that because he does a show on BBC Six where he plays music, and he calls.
Oh my God, is this Penny Dreadful?
Oh God, ugh.
No, God,
couldn't make
Penny
it through that
Dreadful's
show.
terrible. Yeah,
couldn't make it through it.
Terrible.
This is kind of
what we do. All right, resetting them.
They're called Romani. That's real. That's what they call it.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So how do we bring this back to food?
I thought we were done with that. What's next?
The Irish are all dead because there weren't potatoes.
Can I tell you? Maybe I've been saying a lot of incorrect facts about the Irish potato famine, and I now understand why it happened, the causes of it.
There was a potato blight.
Well, but you know, like, so apparently the Irish couldn't feed all the fucking Catholic children that they were churning out, like with all like the fish around. But potatoes are a that was mixed. The potatoes are nutritious enough. It's okay, they're white. Are nutritious enough.
I'm Irish, you fuck.
Well, sorry, sucks to be you. How's that drinking problem?
Ain't a problem if I'm drinking.
Look, I am. And so apparently potatoes are nutritious enough to feed like a family of 30. And that's why when all of a sudden the potatoes were gone, there were all these fucking mouths to feed that they couldn't. And that's why the potato famine happened. So in other words, wrap it up. Texas is bullshit.
Yeah. And at one point they were trying to use potatoes as condoms and it wasn't working or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it is.
First
like,
that's how Goatsy happened.
They were calling them extenders or something. I don't know. No, but like, so there was an episode we did. I think it was on potatoes, where I actually went into the potato famine, and the numbers of people that died, it's like fucking horrifying.
Oh,
like
it's insane.
Millions and millions of people died because, like you said, good Catholics. Everybody's got 17 children because you know that at least 13 or 14 of them are going to die, but then you got at least 5 to work the fields with you once they hit age 3. It was a rough life back then, you guys. It was a different time.
And none of them could fucking read.
Wait, what? That was random as shit. Thank you.
They're too drunk. They're the Irish.
All right.
I appreciate where you're going with this.
This racist rhetoric makes me a little happy.
Oh, really?
Hey.
We got that far?
Yeah, we're there because we need to reset. Again, we still need to talk about the fucking Renaissance Festival. So for now, we're gonna give celebrate the internet sensation.
Give me the track.
Sweeping the nation. It's time for shoutouts.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Shoutouts. This is the part of the show in which we take a break and give mad props, aka shoutouts, to persons, places, and things that are giving us jollies and improving our quality of life. My shoutout this week is to, of course, the Renaissance Festival. I haven't been in 15 years. I plan on spending a lot of money on food, which we will talk about momentarily, and also
You were
beer.
at the Renaissance Festival in your 20s?
Yes. It was a fun thing to do during and after college.
Okay, cool. I agree with John's face.
No.
I'm,
Once you hear how long I've been going, you're going to be like, what the fuck?
oh, weird.
Well, we'll get to that. John, do you have a shout-out?
Let Brian go, because I don't have anything right now.
Okay.
My
Brian,
shout-out-
take
I'm sure
as
Brian-
much time as you want.
I was about to say, Brian can vamp at least for 5 minutes about anything. So we're good.
My shout out is something unexpected. It's not necessarily to the store, though I do love the product. My shout out is to the THB app, the
Okay.
Towson Hot
Hell
Bagel
yeah.
app.
Dude, fuck yeah. Absolutely.
I'm back in Towson. I'm going to like the OG THB location. I remember in the early aughts, if you got laid on Saturday night, you better make sure that you're going to Sunday morning to THB to show off to everybody. Hi, we're having breakfast together. But now that I am commuting back to Towson, I found in the mornings there's nothing better than just a real quick boop, 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 boop on the THB app. Park one in Allegheny, walk in, walk out with the food. I'm in class by 8. It's lovely.
Say it though, Brian. What's the best part of that app?
Oh, I get to level up and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You get like $5 all the time. Extra, like here's $5.
pretty good.
Like, fuck yeah.
It's pretty good. Like I'm spending no more than I think like $9.58 or whatever. Anyway, so yeah, every couple of weeks it's like, here's a half off bagel and apple juice. Awesome.
Apple juice.
I like the or chocolate milk, whatever I'm feeling that day.
They changed their app for my son, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not shitting you, because he would get his. This is his regular. It's egg bagel.
I bet it's insane.
Egg bagel. No, it's not that weird. It's an egg bagel with egg, and then 2 sausage patties.
Okay.
But they, originally with the
No
app,
substitutions.
you could. Yeah, you had to actually order it in a really weird way that never worked. And the guy's like, look, I've already put it into the people for the app for the next time that you can order like double meat and stuff, but because you keep coming in and we keep fucking it up. And now on the app you can just get meat sandwich. And that's
Meat
what
sandwich.
I
When
blame Crosby.
When we come back from break, I do want to ask how your charmingly goofball son is doing as he returns to school.
Oh, we'll get into that. That's a woof. Okay, my shout out is to, you know what? This is really corny, and I apologize, but it's to my wife. She just had to deal with, she had to deal with me and my son all weekend. Super fucking I'm super pissed off. She was super pissed off. She deals with things better than me. Shout out to my wife for being awesome.
What were you pissed off about?
COVID and the way that Baltimore City schools handle.
Oh, right. Yes. I want to hear all about this.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
This is good and topical. And
my goofball son.
My goofball son.
I said
All
charming.
Right.
I love your kid.
Shout out. Actually, hold on. I just did the sound effect. What?
Oh, we can't take it back.
Nope.
No, God damn it.
What? Last piece before we take a break.
Last thing. Have you guys ever seen the Owl House?
No.
It's amazing. Watch the Owl House. It's my favorite cartoon I think I've ever seen in like 20 some years. It's
mine's
fucking
Gumball.
good.
Mine's Gumball, and they just announced a Gumball movie.
Gumball's so weird, and I love it so much.
Yeah.
But Owl House has a storyline. It's inclusive without being heavy-handed. It's weird as fuck. There are birds that are literal, like instead of bird heads, they're fingers and hands. Like,
is it Tuca and Birdie?
No. It's a kids show on Disney. The protagonist is like a girl who turns out to be a lesbian or bisexual, I guess. Turns out to be bisexual.
But it doesn't shove that gay shit in your face, you said?
No, but you know what I'm saying. Like a lot of things like are like everybody's, like
everybody has AIDS.
Run, no, stop it, please. But like, no, it's a really fun, fucking awesome show, and I don't think enough people know about it, and it's really, really good. If I would like, my son's 10, and he fucking is insane about the show, and if I was his age, and I'm 45, and I'm like, this show's amazing, I love it. Well, I watch it without him.
I say at this point we just skip the break. Here's my problem with shows like that. Like when I loved Adventure Time, right? But when it was like about dick and fart jokes and like in a fantasy setting, but then all of a sudden they started trying to teach me like about like growing up and stuff, and I'm
it's none of that.
I fucking did that.
There's a storyline. A girl goes into a fantastical nether region, right? Like fucking another.
Yeah, she does.
God damn it! Sorry, I even fucking said that. She goes to another dimension, and
okay, there you go.
Then it's basically like. It's like a country that's made out of the dead body of a giant. Like it's real fucking crazy.
So
it's pretty high fantasy. It's pretty awesome.
Oh, okay.
Which is good that we're getting into like the Renaissance Festival because it's
perfect segue. Thank you.
There we go. Good work. Good work.
All right, we are going to take a break. Brian, what's the bumper?
The bumper. There's got to be some kind of
a RENFest commercial
for the RENFest. Yeah,
I'll find one somehow. All right, we will be right back after this timely reference.
Good gentles, the Meadowland Renaissance Festival is back for a whole new season of fun. There'll be jousting, feasting, music, theater, dance, crafts, and fun for the whole family.
Hey, we're back.
And we're back.
Oh, gosh.
All right, Brian, since you asked, we will get a 3-minute Crosby update, and then we got to talk about Renaissance Fair food.
Yeah, no, I mean, fucking last year at the beginning of the quarantine, we were. It's one of my favorite things we've ever done. We were lucky to have Crosby on, and he was, he gave us his thoughts. I'm sure they're completely different now.
If I was a better father, I would have during the break just called him down here, and he could have.
He's
told
sleeping.
you.
It's a school.
No,
night.
he's not. He doesn't have school tomorrow. He's up. That motherfucker's upstairs right now playing video games.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Let him enjoy his games.
He's playing.
Let him play.
Him and I are sharing a game that's called Octopath Travelers, and it's basically
look at this blank face on
yeah.
right
no,
now.
it's a game that we found because we have Game Pass on Xbox. By the way, if you have an Xbox, get Game Pass because you pay like, I don't know, maybe $80 a year, and then you get all the fucking free games you want all year. It's amazing.
But they're shitty. But continue.
No, they're not. They're not at all. But we found this, and he thought it looked really cool, and I was like, it looks exactly like Final Fantasy VI. Like, it's all pixelated and shit. And he was like,
sure.
No, can we check it out? Because it's high fantasy and whatever. And we download it, and goddamn, it's basically Final Fantasy, but he loves it, and it's great. And actually, you want to see something cool?
Yes.
He drew me a picture of a sword to thank me for it, and it's cool.
It's a sliding definition of cool we have.
Yeah. But it's the Master Sword. And
from Zelda?
Yeah, and he says, "Dad, thank you for letting us play that game yesterday." Love
my God. He said, "Dad, this could be the best day of my life."
So there you go, Brian. There's your Crosby update.
Yeah, he's awesome,
playing video games.
and he's doing very well. Do we want to get?
I want to hear about what happened in school this week.
Or should I get into that in the?
You can do that in shut ups if you like, but
shut ups. Yeah.
But just know our buddy Crosby, he's back in school. Is he enjoying himself?
Yeah,
Does he like being with his friends?
He's thriving, homie. He's so weird and funny. He's just a weird dude. Like, and he's like fucking into being weird.
Yeah, he is.
And that's great.
Yeah, he is.
And you know what he does to bring it back around?
Well, and
he cosplays at the Renaissance Festival.
And I was going to say, I think he would really enjoy what Evan and I have planned for the Renaissance Festival this week.
Yeah, we should probably tell them about that. The classic trope.
Yep, we are Facebook memeing in real life. This weekend, Evan and I are going to the Renaissance Festival. You say you've been in your 20s. I haven't been since I was probably 8 years old. John, apparently you go 4 or 5 times a year is what I've picked up from context clues.
I go at least 3 times a year.
Woof.
Every year since I was probably 18.
It's a hefty fucking ticket, bro. And a drive.
Well, you can buy passes. So like you can buy like, well, if you know you're going to go 3 times, you get a better deal. Like, and it's actually a pretty big deal from what I remember.
Well, it's not important.
You know, if you got 3 people.
Evan and I, we are planning on going to the Renaissance Festival dressed up like Star Trek. We're doing the
that guys.
We're gonna
those guys.
We're gonna do the away mission at the Renaissance planet.
What Brian? What's gonna happen when we see like 2 other people doing what we're doing, and we're like, oh, we're idiots?
We're gonna take pictures with them and post them immediately to Star Trek shitposting. Like that's,
look, guys, I'm a stormtrooper. Isn't this funny?
Stormtroopers would be wholly inappropriate. At the same
stormtroopers show up once it gets cold.
At the same time, you can definitely make the argument that there could be some Starfleet uniforms walking around a Renaissance area of a planet.
Right. So hold on, when are you? Well, it doesn't matter if you're going Saturday or Sunday. It's going to be 77 on Saturday, 75 on Sunday.
I know. We're a little worried about that.
It's going to be a little
warm. I'm worried about the length of sleeve and pant that I have to wear in this forested area. Either way, gonna enjoy all the live action. The corpses of Hack and Slash will be there.
Corpses of who?
Hack and Slash.
What is that?
Brian. Okay, Brian doesn't know anything.
I don't know anything about fucking the Renaissance Festival. I did drugs and tried to have sex when I was a kid.
Who do you think?
Yeah,
you fucking think you are? You can go with girls. They will have sex with you
after hours at the fucking Renaissance Festival.
It's like the Olympic Park.
No,
dude,
it's the Olympic Park.
Okay, so like behind me is like a pavilion, right? That it's the Johnny Fox Pavilion. Johnny Fox, R.I.P. He was amazing. He was a magician. Anyway.
Okay.
So like all these, and behind Evan is like where the big food area is, but upstairs of those places are like bedrooms and shit. Like people fuck at the Renaissance Festival. Like,
but is that like having one of those weird hotel rooms at Secrets? Guys, we're gonna go fuck at the Renaissance
Dude,
Festival.
I've heard every night that it closes, because it closes at 7.
Well, that's early.
By 10 o'clock, that place is fuck fest like 97 up in there.
Who do you have to give
97 title?
I love it. Fuck Fest 97. Write it down just so we don't forget.
Everybody remembers 97. It was fuck fest time.
Who do you have to give like $50 to stay late?
Well, you got to work there or know somebody who works there. Or be one of the bands,
$50?
or be one of the vendors.
Okay, I have a question. Okay, so I was sent
how many times have you been, Brian?
I legitimately have not been since later than 1993. I would be shocked.
Okay, you're going to be shocked at how big the fucking Renaissance Festival is.
Huge.
Okay.
Like, it's fucking gigantic. But now that I've said there are fuck rooms in it, all you're gonna see are all the fuck rooms above all of the fucking like.
It's all I want.
Behind him is pork chop on a stick.
I don't want that.
Up on top of pork chop on a stick is fucking a fuck room.
Okay. Well, do they have like body wenches like showing me their teats?
Titties are all, dude. My wife and my favorite thing to do at the Renaissance Festival is be like, titties, 3 o'clock.
I'm gonna tell you.
Look, and there's just shelf titties. They come out like fucking 1.5 foot, and you could put like 4 pints of beer on it.
I'm gonna tell you about my girlfriend Jess. She's one of these people. I mean, she's with the shelf titties, and she is definitely planning on wearing. She's been sending me pictures of her outfit, like type. I mean, like,
is she getting dressed up?
She's getting dressed up.
She's got a bustier.
She's got a whole fucking thing.
Nice.
Oh, I can't wait. Can't wait.
And not because of her titties. I'm just saying, like,
oh yeah, well.
It's great that people dress up. I've like seriously.
But Evan and I are dressing up. Do we count?
Yes, of course.
Yes.
No,
my titties are gonna be out.
Oh, I'm gonna show my Star Trek dong.
It's become Comic-Con. It's amazing. Like everybody dresses up. Like I've seen people dress up. Like luckily, fucking the Pirates of the Caribbean shit's out of like style, but there was a point where you would literally see like 47 fucking jacks walking around, and you're like,
oh, am I going to see those losers from that fucking bar rescue episode? Are they going to be there? I mean, I realize
no, they work there, Brian.
I realize, like metaphorically speaking, they are all those losers from that bar rescue episode about the pirates. But like, I hope to see those specific losers. I'm excited because here's something about me that I'd like to share. I was not secure enough to really lean into shit like this. Like, and I'm talking about wearing Star Trek uniforms anywhere.
No, yeah.
I was never the person who was like, oh, me body friend, let's go down to Ye Old Tavern.
I'll still never understand that. Like the people that dress up and are like, hey, come on down, and you're like, oh, I'm sorry, my phone's ringing. You're like, phone? What's a phone?
What's a phone?
Oh, okay, we get it. Like,
what are you doing with that magic box? Are you taking the pictures?
It's so annoying.
No, I don't want that in my life. At the same time, like I have become very comfortable in throwing myself into shit I do like. I was never gonna like that shit. I mean, that shit's for fucking nerds. But like at the same time, I'm very excited to be able to like. I think we're going to see at least 2 Renaissance Festival workers who will be prepared for Evan and I. They'll be ready for
every. Trust me. Look, I don't.
We'll probably be like the 83rd Star Trek people there.
Every day it's open.
There's a lot of Star Trek people there. Like
every day it's open.
There's always a few.
I'm sure.
And most of them are red shirts, which is always everybody goes red shirts.
Yeah, I'm fucking command yellow, baby.
Like I made the mistake one time of wearing a Han Solo shirt to the Renaissance Festival.
Thinking. I say like a white flowy sleeves and some vests. What's happening?
No, just a picture of. It's like a Andy Warhol-esque picture of Han Solo with his gun out. And how many fucking times did I hear, hey man, Han shot first. Remember that, right? We all remember Han shot first. And you're like, yeah, okay, guys, I get it. Okay.
Off topic.
Or another time I wore a fucking Labyrinth shirt. And how many times, hey, you remind me of the Babe. And then I got to be like, what Babe? The Babe with the power. What power? The power of voodoo. And then you got to sing the fucking song where you're like, I saw my baby. You know,
I've never seen that movie.
That's the Renaissance. Oh, fuck you. But anyway.
Or the Dark Crystal or any of this other.
That's a place where fucking nerds can be nerds. And sometimes it's insufferable. And sometimes you get to sing a fucking David Bowie song about puppets.
Oh, well, that was going to be my question. Because I saw that there were like bands and stuff. Are the bands going to do like?
The bands are amazing.
Are they going to do popular songs with lutes like "In Your Eyes"?
No, none of that. It's you're gonna hear the theme to Game of Thrones a couple times.
Wiener.
But there, okay, so where the bands are, there's a
we're gonna hear the theme of Game of Thrones a lot.
There's a giant bar where everybody just gets fucking hammered, and then there's they have bands there, but then there's a big main stage where bands are, and they just rock out to whatever white people Celtic music.
I'm really looking for. It's oh my god, it's gonna be nothing but the fucking who are those bullshit people from fucking
what,
Boston.
like Riverdance?
No.
No. It's not any
Dropkick Murphys.
No. It's none of that shit. It's
but they can play all of that shit on medieval songs
and shit. Like,
right, but I want to hear like the impression that I get through.
No, there's none of that. You're not gonna get cover songs.
That's me in the corner.
No.
All right, now that we've explained what the Renaissance Festival is to Brian,
what's the Renaissance Festival?
Why don't we go over probably the best part, aside from the titties and the fuck rooms and the live entertainment? It's the food.
The titties in the fuck rooms.
Yeah. So, Brian, you haven't seen this menu. John, you are intimately familiar with this menu. We're going to go through each and every item.
Can
Yeah,
I just
go
tell
ahead.
you straight out the box what the best thing to get there is?
Yeah, do it, please.
Okay, what would you think the best thing is? Everybody usually says the same
No,
thing.
every simpleton says the turkey leg. It's not true.
I don't
It's
want it.
Totally.
Too
Don't
much.
ever get the turkey leg. It sucks. It's dry and it's full of like weird spiky sinew.
Yes.
It's
And
right.
it,
It's right
like
above
shoots
your.
grease on your face, but still is dry somehow.
It's right there above your left shoulder, my man. It's the pork chop on a stick. Pork chop on a stick is
Pork
the
chop on a
best
stick? You
fucking
don't like
thing
steak on a
ever.
steak?
Yeah. Steak on a steak is good too, but for some reason they cook their pork chops perfectly
Really?
and they're seasoned perfectly. I've never, like, I'm not shitting you, I've never had a better pork chop in my life
Oh,
at a restaurant that
Oh.
can beat the one at the fucking Renaissance Festival.
well, okay. So
And I'm not even joking about that. Like, it's so fucking good. And I've eaten everything at the fucking Renaissance.
what's the what is the price range for these meals? Is it's like $20?
It's like $4 for the
Yeah,
fucking
some of
pork
the
chop
stuff
on
is so
stickers.
weirdly
Excellent.
cheap. I mean, you get the perfunctory
Everything's
items. You gotta
weirdly
get.
cheap.
You gotta get the almonds with the cinnamon on them. They're not the spicy nuts, whatever the nuts.
Johnny, it's Johnny Fox's spicy nuts.
Cinnamon
Yeah.
is a delicacy here in the Renaissance.
Yeah. So you gotta get the nuts. You gotta get the soft pretzel on the stick, or that the guy walking around with the soft pretzels.
No.
No, okay,
Nah.
fine. That's just what I would like to get. I will split one of those barrel pickles with somebody because they are literally the size of your arm, and I
The
I
guy
don't
that
care for
sells
that.
the pretzels also has the pickles, so you're good.
Because it's the Renaissance.
And the pickles are amazing.
Because it's the Renaissance, are we going to get oranges? Because orange citrus
There is a place that has
delicacy.
oranges.
We could get a
There's a place that
carroted
sells
cake.
just vegetables.
Oh, carrots? We haven't heard of those here in England,
Ever.
Brittany.
Carrot. Yeah, I do find it weird that they try to mix it up with the Asian rice bowls and stuff like that. Because I mean, why don't they just offer ye olde New York slice?
What if there was a completely separate fucking Chinese Renaissance festival? Like, hey, here's what we were doing between 500 and 1500. You know,
That would be
that's
really
medieval,
fun,
but
I think.
Whatever. Like, I would go to that. Like, that would be cool. All right, so what's on this menu? What do we have?
All right, I'm gonna go real quick through. There's a shitload of items, and some of these I'm just like,
Yeah.
why? Because some of them are baked goods. You got like hot apple dumplings, berry muffins, croissant sundaes.
Sounds delicious. And
The croissant sundae is a top tier. Of course, you got funnel fries.
Can I jump in real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
The hot apple dumpling when it's cold. My wife's tradition is on our way out, she'll get the hot apple dumpling with the vanilla ice cream on top, and it's fucking magical.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry.
Should be also noted that the big giant bar that John was referring to previously also has a raw bar, so you can get oysters and whatnot there. Do your oyster shooter, get a beer and an oyster. It's great.
That's a different place, but that's okay.
Okay. I mean, and then of course they've got
The
the
oyster
standard,
shooter place is awesome.
Yes, but they've got the standard, fare crap, which is chicken tenders, fried shrimp, and
Yeah.
then they throw in these weird ones like carrot cake, which I guess it's kind of old timey. I don't know. But yeah, the aforementioned steak on a steak, aka the Knaves sandwich. Brian is so amazed by this, he has left. Bagels with cream cheese, John. What? Why?
I've never seen. I was just looking at that, and I was like, "Where the fuck is the bagels and cream cheese?" I've never seen.
No, it's the Towson Hot Bagels.
Yeah, right.
Another one I always.
Towson Hot Bagels.
Yeah, I always try to get fried ice cream when I'm there because it's the only place I ever get it. Because I
Do
don't
you
go to
seriously?
GG's anymore. Yeah.
Oh right, yeah.
Let's
We
see,
actually
we've got,
did get that 2 years ago for Crosby because he was like fried ice cream. We're like,
They've
oh,
got
yeah.
like crepes with fried cheese, which a crepe is not really a walking around food. We've
oh,
got
you can wrap them up. They can
What are
totally
you
get
talking
walked
about?
around
Yeah, it's like a
food.
quesadilla.
okay, well, whatever. All right, but they've also got the spiral cut
Haven't
fries.
you been to Europe, Evan? Crepes are everywhere, and everyone's walking around with crepes.
Yo, can we
They
get
wear 'em on their
waffles?
heads.
I'm not even kidding about that. By the
It's
way,
true.
They do have waffles, I think.
You can get
Nice.
shepherd's pie pockets. I might
Okay.
actually try
Those-
that. I might try that.
Shepherd's pie pockets.
Basically, if it's meat, it's on a stick. You can get it there. They've got meatball on a stick, sausage on a stick, a meatball wrap. Peanut butter pie on a stick. There you go, Brian.
Peanut butter
Okay,
pie.
hold on,
What?
Evan. Before you say it, I want to.
What?
Okay, Brian.
Please.
Have you ever had a Scotch egg?
No.
Oh, they do have those.
Do you know what a Scotch egg is?
It's one of those like 5-year-old eggs that they bury in the ground.
No. It's a hard-boiled egg that is wrapped in sausage and then deep fried.
Okay.
It is transcendental.
Actually, I think I have had one at like camp or something.
Yeah,
Well,
they're amazing.
International Food Night.
That and the macaroni and cheese on a stick, which actually sounds really weird, is
I'm sure
fucking
it's all just deep fried.
yeah.
It's
yeah,
it's such a bizarre mixture of like you can get waffles, but then you can get a pulled pork sandwich right next to that. And it's just
Is there
Yeah.
is
the sausage on a stick is actually fucking incredible. It's like a giant kielbasa. It's probably like 16 inches long. Like it's really big.
do you
But it's like natural casing, so you see like the veins
sure.
and the fucking.
do you know what
Yeah, it's really good.
do you know what the Renaissance Festival needs to have that would really impress me?
A real
Oh.
veiny 16-inch sausage.
Just a big fat cock. No, that fights other big fat cocks. No, I was gonna say a perpetual stew, like they actually had like once upon a time, like just like if they had like here's this big pot of stew. It's got pieces from like when we started the Renaissance Festival. in it.
Oh.
Like those are real, and those are supposed to be like the best
I would-
soups you've ever had.
I would not be surprised if their bread bowls are that
the same sour starter,
because
or are
well,
that
no,
stew
just the same soup. Like they're like because like the broccoli and cheese, fucking like I hate broccoli and cheese soup. But when I'm at the Renaissance Festival and it's
You want it in
50
a bread bowl.
degrees in October, it's so fucking good.
I assume it's all just sous vide, like frozen bags that they just boil.
Maybe.
Probably.
Keep going.
I don't
I'm sorry,
know.
Evan.
You think
I
they
don't
got?
wanna
You
keep
think they have
stepping
a
on your dick.
shape?
But talking about things that aren't walking around foods like soup and a bread bowl, not so much. But I still, if it
No.
were mid
walk
October,
around-
I would love to get just some chili in a bread bowl and just sit there eating it while watching the swordplay.
Well, the place where you get the bread bowl is right next to where all the jousting and shit is.
Okay.
Yeah, Evan,
So
are
you
we
just
going
go
to see
fucking right
everything?
there.
Are we going to
Yeah,
see the jousting? Are we going to see like the
It's
lords
boring.
and
You can
ladies?
you can ride an
kiss?
elephant. Do you want to ride an elephant?
Yes. How much does it cost? You pay for it. I'll do it.
It's like
I
it's
don't know,
$20.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I will have to say that the one thing
Evan,
I can't. What's up?
$20 for pictures of Brian on an elephant. Come on,
Maybe.
I can Venmo. I'll Venmo you.
Yeah, there
if
it
he's
is.
attached to the underside of the elephant, not he's
They
riding-
also have
riding.
they also have a camel and a donkey.
That's right.
It would be very cool if we could get them to get like. I would love to stand next to an erect elephant dick. I mean, like,
I think it's a girl. I think it's a woman elephant.
Then I would like to fist it.
There's also
Oh,
a
God.
torture chamber you can tour, but and the one thing I don't like at all is mead. I just don't like mead. But
Oh
they
yeah,
have-
what can we drink?
Oh,
there?
because
their
their mead is no like the mead I can go down and get at the liquor store is good because
Mhm.
it tastes like mead.
honey. Yeah.
The mead at the Renaissance Festival is like obscenely sugary,
right.
crazy shit. And the big thing that they actually sell there that a lot of people are just fucking hammering are bee stings, which
Yes.
is mead and cider.
Yeah.
And their
Ooh.
cider's crap too. Like, yeah, it's pretty bad.
But can I get a BL or anything?
Bud
No, they don't have Bud
A
Light.
Bud Light?
They have
MLs?
Sam Adams Oktoberfest, which I think
Okay,
would
right.
probably be the best thing to get there. Because everything
I thought you could get big ass beers. Do you have to get tickets? I forget.
no, you're only allowed now. The way it goes is because somebody died 3 years ago.
That was my goal.
You're only allowed one beer person, and maybe I think it's one beer. Maybe it's only one beer because you can't get two beers. If you get two beers, that person has to be with you.
You mean at
Okay.
a time? Like I can
At a time.
get more than one.
You can get more than one, but you'll have to get in line again.
yeah.
But you can only buy one beer at a time. You can't get like a round. But if you get a round, they all have to be with you because
Right.
3 years ago someone drank themselves literally to death.
Gross.
Here's a
Brian
question:
has
the guy who goes to the Renaissance Festival all the time. What's the secret? What's the secret no line beer place?
Okay, this was the thing I was going to say. We went this year already once. We went the first weekend, and it was sold out, and we were like, "Oh fuck, this is going to be a mess." And we left the house late. We got there at 12.
That's late. That's when we're getting there.
Well, that's when we got there, but we left at like 11:15, which normally it takes, you get in a line. Like there's a fucking crazy line. I think they've pulled back their numbers because of COVID. So seriously, we went the first weekend and it was probably the best experience I've had in forever because there wasn't a lot of people there. It was easy to walk around. Everything wasn't crowded. You do have to wear a mask if you go into a shop.
Because I wanted to buy a glass ball that's being held by a dragon claw as a necklace.
That'll cost you like $200, but yeah.
I love nerds. I love nerds that are trying to be like bully nerds. It's the
is that
you're
me?
the biggest fucking nerd I know. And you're trying to bully other nerds, you fucking asshole.
Hey, not only I was a comic book store manager friend,
Right.
There is a hierarchy to these things, and that's the tippy top.
Not when you get to the Renaissance, my friend. Like
That's true. The guy who
crazy.
The guy who swallows swords is probably tippy
He's
top.
dead
Ooh.
now.
Oh well, he's
Does
Johnny,
he die of like
again.
throat cancer?
oof.
Yeah, I think he died of throat cancer.
It's like Ray.
Well, no, he died. No, he died of some kind of cancer because he got he got cancer. But Johnny Fox was amazing. By the way, look up Johnny Fox on YouTube because thousands of people fucking record it. Like I could have done his fucking show for him without the sword.
Okay, just so we're clear.
I knew his routine because he never changed it. And
and they do it like 8 times a day.
Yeah, and he did it from like 1978 until 2018.
How long has the Renaissance Fair been going?
In Maryland, 1972 or some shit like that.
Weird.
They were.
It's been there. It was one of the very first ones.
Yeah, and at some point they were going to have to move to like Merriweather, essentially.
Is the Renaissance?
Well, they're still looking for a place.
Is the Renaissance Fair the Enchanted Forest?
Pretty much with booze.
With booze.
And that makes me a little angry.
I think that's probably why I like it so much.
Ow!
All right, no, we've got one more topic, and I forget what it is. Before we get to shut ups.
I don't know. Was it? I'm making friends at school, but I don't think the professors like me. I don't think we really want to talk about that.
Not topic. I remember what it was.
Is the topic the over under on what if Brian buys a sword?
He can't afford a sword.
First off, the over is high. The question is, what is the material that I want a child's wooden sword?
Yeah, I was gonna say it'll be cardboard.
Oh, there's a place that has there's a guy on the other side of the like where they do all the jousting and shit. Thousands, like hundreds of swords.
Because
wooden swords. Because
Brian Levy hasn't been to
you can get
the Renaissance Festival since he was 8, but he all of his life until he was an adult, he did carry around a wooden sword and shield that he got. Like my parents didn't buy
my son. Like
my parents didn't buy me fuck all, but somehow I had this wooden shield and sword from the Renaissance Festival. I could who did I murder for them to do that?
They have like the Klingon blade things.
Stop it.
They do.
Yeah.
Stop it.
I'm not kidding you. If
I could buy a bat
there's Klingon armor you can buy.
I'm absolutely buying a batleth.
Is that what it's called?
Yes.
The curved thing with two handles? Yeah.
I think the ones that are made out of metal are several.
Keep making fun of nerds when you know the Klingon sword name.
Yeah. Well, first off, Star Trek is intellectual nerds. Thank you.
Okay.
It's like sucking my weed vape.
Well, your attitude towards nerddom and gatekeeping makes me a little angry.
I'm not a gatekeeper. Everyone's welcome.
Makes me a little venti. Makes me a little pissed offy. Make sure this is
Oh, I
loud
thought that
enough.
was like I thought that was a recording of Casey. I wasn't looking at the screen.
Close your eyes. It might have been. All right. It is
I'm
now time
Casey
to
now.
tell everyone to shut up.
We gonna let the band deal with this.
Total carnage!
I have noticed recently that every time I upload this to YouTube, I'm no longer getting crappy copyright claims because I guess the record label, like, these people aren't anybody, so who cares? All right, this is the end of the show in which we give the opposite of mad props, a.k.a. shut-ups to persons, places, and things that are lowering our quality of life and not giving us any jollies whatsoever. I have one shut-up this week. It is very minor. Shut-up to melatonin dreams.
Is that a thing you do?
I do. I take melatonin to sleep. It gives me horrible, horrible dreams. I would just like to be able to sleep like a normal human being, so I have to start going back to the gym again.
Jesus.
Yes.
I lucid dream, and it's fucking bananas every night, and I would really like to just. That's why I drink, basically.
Yar.
My dreams when I'm sober are fucking bananas. And I wake up exhausted because I lucid dream, and I'm like fighting in my dreams are nuts. Sorry.
I love it.
All right, Brian, what do you got? Because we got an extended shut up from John, which will extend past the
Yeah.
music.
My shut up this week goes to myself. Look, I am dying for fucking some sidewalls here. Some nice gray happening like on the side of my temples. And one of them's really coming in nicely, this one. But this side stays brown. And I just really like to go gray at this point. So I look like a 1990s Green Lantern or like Reed Richards. Or like Polly Walnuts. Also, I heard that the new Many Saints of Newark it's getting bad reviews. I'm not too hip on that. And like,
How can that ever be good?
What, Sopranos babies? There's nothing more that I want in my life. Like Jenny Sack and and that's the thing. I go for the deep cuts. I want to see teenage Jenny Sack like deciding that she needs to dig a hole in her fucking basement so she can hide candy there. And then Johnny Sack comes back like, I fucking went to war for you. And I want to I love the idea of Corey Stoll as Uncle June. Like, I'm all about this fucking movie, but I hear it sucks, so I'm not thrilled about that.
All right, that has been our shut up.
Making fun of people.
What is It's like
Now
you're
we've got a
making
John
up.
shut up.
Okay. My shut up is to the Baltimore City school system.
Ooh, perennial.
So,
Hot
here's
take.
Well, in particular, or at least my son's school, and I'm not going to name his school.
Oh,
because
what
I think
class
they're
is he in?
I just think that, well, he's in fifth grade
Who's
now.
this teacher?
Oh God, he's in fifth grade. Jesus Christ, I'm old. But like their response is really weird, and so he gets tested every other week.
Okay.
Are
Are
they
they
thing.
doing
That's a
batch
lot.
testing?
They're doing batch testing.
I first said badge testing. I'm like, that's inappropriate.
So for those unfamiliar with what fucking batch testing is, they test his whole class, and last week someone popped off, had COVID.
Fucked
And we
around
were
and
like,
found out.
Okay, right. So we're like, okay, so then they'll know that one of the kids had COVID. No, they want them to come in the next day and retest them, so then they can find out exactly who has it. So basically, what I'm
defeats the purpose of batch testing completely.
right. So when they're testing them, they're not putting their names to the test. In my brain, I'm like, are they just having them like spit in a bucket and then they
All
just
of
put
them
the
at
bucket
once.
in the thing? And they're like, all right, at least someone's got it. Like,
Would you
so
would you be happier if they just batch tested them, said, up, one of you kids got it, stay home for 2 weeks? Is it like the return that pisses that bothers you?
no, I would rather them test them and put their name to the test.
Oh.
So when they find out that one of the kids have it, they know immediately, instead of saying, okay, we need you guys to come in tomorrow or get your own test, which we did and made the mistake of.
Like, you'll still
I
keep
got-
your kid at home, but at least you know that he doesn't have COVID
But
this
no,
time.
this is the problem. If the kid's asymptomatic and the parents are like, oh, well, he's not sick, we're going to just take them out. and we're just going to take them out, and they could potentially infect people because they don't think their kid's sick but is asymptomatic. That's fucked up, right?
Well, like take them out
especially,
into the world? Like, that's not your fucking problem, and I wouldn't waste your time worrying about that.
But the thing is, like, you know, so they were saying at first you can take your kid wherever and get them tested. And we're like, all right, we found a Rite Aid in fucking Brooklyn Park. They were taking them in at 6 o'clock. I was taking them. I left the house. I got almost to 8:95. My wife calls me, goes, you got to turn around. They don't want people to fucking do outside testing. You got to test at school. I get back at my house. My wife goes, I just got another email from the school. They said you can take your fucking kid wherever you want. Don't have to bring them in tomorrow, or do both. Okay, fine. So I take him to the fucking Rite Aid. The lady's a fucking asshole.
You went out twice? That's your fault.
Well, she's like, well, I'm worried my kid has COVID, so I'm like trying to figure shit out.
You're gonna find out in 12 hours anyway.
So, the lady is like, I watched the video online at Rite Aid where they were like, when you show up, if you just park over to the side, we come out and do the test for you. The lady in fucking Brooklyn Park was like, yeah, we don't talk, we don't touch anybody. You got to do it yourself. And I'm like, okay, Danny DeVito. Thanks for that. That's cool. So I had to fucking stick a goddamn thing in my kid's head, like way farther than I thought I should, just because when I got the test, that's what they did to me. And it was miserable. Then they lost.
Was he easy about it, or was he a dick?
No, he was cool about it. Of course. His Crosby, he started laughing because he's like, this feels really weird and it hurts. And he just started laughing.
You're poking my brain.
Right, exactly. Then they lost our test, which was great because Rite Aid. But the thing was, the reason we went to Rite Aid is because the school was saying, well, it's going to take like 3 to 5 days. Rite Aid was saying 2 to 3. On Sunday, so I got the test on Thursday night. Sunday, we're at home. We get a call. Okay, all the test results have come back from school. We didn't get him tested at school. We're like, oh fuck. And they're like, all right, we found the kid who is COVID positive, but we can't send the class back until Crosby's test comes back.
Oh, you fucked it all up.
What?
It's all your fault now.
Right. And other people had gotten their kids tested at other places, but they came back early. Like, and we didn't know that you could go to Hopkins and get like a 12-hour PCR test. And so yeah, we fucked up.
Yeah, well.
And my wife is livid because we were getting shit we were just getting a lot of different stuff from the vice principal to the principal, and it was just a mess.
No, they're not prepared. No one's prepared. Yeah, it sucks.
And I don't know whose program they're following. I'm assuming Baltimore City Schools, but the fact that the vice principal was sending one thing out and the principal was sending another thing out. And by the way, you know how I found out, and most of the other parents in my kids' class didn't find out, was some weird
TikTok.
App. It's called Dojo. It's a app that they want the parents to be on, but they never post to it unless apparently your kids, right? But like, they didn't email parents. They didn't email. They sent it on this fucking Dojo app, and I'm like, look, when you guys are doing like a fucking pizza fundraiser at the fucking pizza place around the corner, I get 8,000 fucking emails.
Yeah.
Like, hey, come on. If you come here and spend, $20, 10% of that comes to the school. Like,
we get a big $1.50.
Right. So why are you not sending out like no shit? I would say over 50% of the parents had no idea until Friday morning when they took their kids and they were like, "Oh, you have a fifth grade kid, you can't bring them in." Like it was such a shit show. It was so weird, and then it sucks. And then we had Monday. We found out that Rite Aid lost the shit, so we rescheduled for Hopkins. And then later on that night, Rite Aid's like, "Oh, we found it." So
well, it sounds like everybody wins except for you, which is pretty funny for me.
It's a pretty good shut up, though.
It was pretty good.
I didn't.
Pretty great
I
setup.
honestly didn't. I honestly didn't give a shit because I'm like, well, the kids are loving this because they're staying home.
Snow
but
day.
my wife was
COVID snow day.
fucking- Yeah, my wife was not happy. She was taking care of shit.
We got another-
Whereas
look,
I'm just like,
we got another.
well, what will be will be.
We got another
know.
year and a half of this shit. Just
Yeah.
dig in, baby.
I'm really hoping by the end of next month they're really gonna have a kids thing. I don't think they will, but
We're fucked forever. The end.
And that's the end of this podcast.
Yay! We did it, everybody.
John, thank you very much for being here.
thank you guys. I appreciate it. I'm sorry we didn't go, 3 hours.
I'm not. I got to pee so bad.
Yeah, we're not your podcast. Speaking of which, tell us about your podcast and all your social media details.
My podcast is the Rude Cooking School podcast. Me and Jenny Peck talk about food and or cooking. The format now is 1 week we do basically a food news /
Food news.
me and Jenny talk about cooking. She's a restaurant owner who cooks her ass off and makes amazing food. I am a food writer and a culinary school graduate who doesn't cook professionally, but I know a lot about cooking, and we talk about cooking, and it's great. And then the next week would be we do the history of an item about food. So it could be corn or potatoes, or we do a chef-isode where we do the history of a chef and do a biography. And that's what we do. And it's funny and it's great. And she's way greater than I am. So I'm going to keep talking because Brian...
I'm just going to rip my fucking headphones
It's too funny.
It's ROUXDE Cooking School.
Yeah. And find us on Twitter.
Oh, fuck you.
All right, this has been the 380th episode of the CTB Show. Thank you very much for being a friend. Thank you very much for being a fan. Have a great day. No better tomorrow.